Welcome. Today we're continuing the Gintama journey with the Yagyu arc and episode 78 and 79. As always, if you enjoy the content I'm making and you want to support this channel, you can head over to my Patreon. Link is in the description down below. You can also join the Discord server if you want to talk or just hang out, have some fun. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. So let's get into episode 78. Jesus, what an episode. That was so enjoyable to watch. And we finally get to see some backstory, some hints or insights into Toshio or Hijikata's past. And that is so good to see because up until this point, Hijikata, just like Gin, had been a bit of a mystery. Obviously, because we don't know much about his character, where he comes from, his past, how he grew up. Yeah, it's just amazing that we finally get to see some of his backstory. One moment there were a lot of great moments in this episode, but one that stood out to me was the one where Kondo held Shin back. The moment where Shin wanted to step in, help, come to Hijikata's aid in the fight, but Kondo, and I knew at that moment Kondo was gonna do that, hold him back, tell him it's alright. We gotta let him fight on his own. This is his fight. And we can't help him. Because he wants to win. He doesn't want to lose. And it makes it even more, also embarrassing if he gets help from others. He's not the kind of man who wants that. At least in this kind of situation. That was his fight, his duel. And he has to win that himself. And he did. He did so in an amazing fashion. That the final strike, blew me away. It had so much force behind it. Also, kudos to the animation in this episode. You could really feel the weight of the blows of the wooden swords. Kondo holding Shin back also says a lot about their relationship. The relationship between Kondo and Hijikata. They trust each other. They know each other. Because, as we know now, they've been friends for quite some time. The circumstances in which Hijikata joined the dojo, or ultimately the Shinsengumi, there was kind of a poetic aspect to it. Him not showing emotion, saying, wielding the wood log is not gonna make you any stronger or a samurai. But in the end, he did it himself. Because of Kondo mentioning that Toshio never shows any emotion on his face. I believe there has to be a point where that happens. A situation where he's forced to be emotional. Maybe someone dying, someone close to him, which I hope does not happen, because I love the characters that surround Toshio. But I do truly believe that's gonna happen in the future at some point. It was also so interesting to see the different ideologies of the two when it came to fighting. I think I said that in the last review, the clashing of ideologies simply because of their love for ketchup or mayonnaise. Those are two very, they are like black and white. Not really like yin and yang. Kind of. Yeah, but they have a different meaning, I guess. But yeah, the opposing sides. So, Ketchup Guy has the flashy Yagyu sword style. And then there's Toshio with the country swordsmanship, sword style. They are very different from each other. The whole time, as I said, I think what makes a master is someone, at least partially, someone who can adapt. That is so important because you can never face every opponent with the exact same approach. Because each foe you face is different. So you are being forced to adapt. And if you can't, if you won't, you're gonna go down, you're gonna lose. That is exactly what happened to Ketchup Guy. He didn't adapt. He was holding on to his own style, not changing it at all. As the fight went on, it got more and more obvious what he was gonna do, how he was gonna move, act, what his mindset is. Because he was talking the whole time about what his beliefs are about swordsmanship and fighting. He was the one who was talking all the time, but Hijikata was just fighting. He was just in the moment trying to win, while Ketchup Guy was rambling about how he is so much better, how his style is so much better, how he is so superior. And it was obvious that, and it's always obvious, the ones who boast, the ones who always think too highly of themselves, those are the ones who taste defeat. And what a defeat it was. That was such a great fight. One of the best fights. Might be even top 3 or well, at least top 5 fights in Gintama. If this is where it's going with the fights, not just in this arc, but in the future for the series, I'm hyped for those. Very hyped. Alright, let's get into episode 79. Only Gintama. Only Gintama is capable of making a battle out of who wipes their ass first. Such a funny episode. Honestly, this was the funniest of this arc. And the most non-serious one. Even though the others had a kind of a balance between comedy and seriousness. This one was pure comedy. While watching it, I was a bit reminded of the hot pot battle with the, what was it called? Nabe Shogun. Episode, what was it? 20 something? Not sure. But I think you know which one I'm talking about. They had a similar concept. Because in both, we get a deep insight into the characters' minds, their thought processes. Trying to predict each next move. Trying to analyze their opponents. But not in a straight up fight. But in a well, more of a race for who wipes their butt first, so they can actually fight. In that sense, it was very similar to the hot pot episode, because that one also went into that just ridiculous kind of battle, which is, yeah, which is something that only Gintama can pull off. Honestly, I've never seen something like this in any other show, any other anime. It's just so amazing. It's so funny, so entertaining. I love it. This arc so far has been just great. There has not been, yeah, any single aspect to it that I didn't enjoy. So this is for sure one of the best arcs up until this point. At least in my opinion. I don't know what your opinion is of it. Also, the knowledge of having watched the entire series comes into play. Because I do think, probably not for every arc, but for some arcs, knowing what comes in the future and how that connects back to the arc, or the characters appearing in the arc, changes the way you view it. But as it is right now, it's very good. It's very entertaining. The fights are badass. The characters are funny. They're a bit lighthearted. I like that. They're not too... The four aces, the grandfather. You know, Kyubey is really the only one who's like determined and in such a serious way. All the other, the four aces, they all have an interesting quirk, a funny quirk that comes into play in these episodes. Their interactions, especially in this episode. What was his name? I forgot it. Blonde hair guy. The strongest of the four aces. That was said, right? That he's the strongest. Which I did think when I first saw him that is the case. Wait, so... Yeah. Wait. All four of them have been defeated, right? Red-haired guy, he was defeated by Sogo, and I did not think that he was down for good. That was his plate broken? Probably. If he is down for good and not coming back, that's a bit of a shame, because we only saw him fight for just a few scenes. Then there was the big bald guy, the tank of the group. Guess you could call him the tank. He's down. Ketchup guy is down. That was an amazing fight. And now the strongest of the four aces is also down. The only ones who are left are Kyubey and the grandfather. Those two are the strongest. Yeah. That's gonna be... I hope we're gonna see them fight in a real fight. Not like the one just now. The one just now, that wasn't a fight. It was just one strike and he was down. And believe me, I did not expect that at all. I thought he was stronger than Kondo. And that it was gonna be drawn out. That Gin would have to come to his aid and defeat him. But apparently not. So, yeah, cool. Nice. That's good for the group. But I would have liked to see more of Blonde Guy. Unfortunately. We are not gonna see that, yeah. That's a shame. That's really a shame. Yeah, what more? I think I left it off at the grandfather and blonde guy had such cool interaction. Just like they were friends, like they were pals, buddies. That's so nice to see. They make the four aces, the opponents, the enemy, so much more sympathetic and likable with these lighthearted scenes. That is good writing. I like that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reaction, this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you think about this episode, about my thoughts, my discussion, and subscribe if you want to see more. So, enjoy your day, take care, and bye.